Welcome to episode 24. We are so grown up now.
What were you doing when you were 24?
Hadn't met you yet, so my life was amazing.
Yeah, I think I'd just finished
Can you
my
remember
degree.
back that far?
I was a mature student.
Mature.
Yeah, I was extremely mature.
That just means old.
Did I finish? I think I was 24. I finished it 23, maybe 9. I think it was 23.
Your construction management degree.
Yep. South Bank Poly, proud of it. And Blair turned it into a uni, and the course changed, and it was a bit of a disaster. I think there was 23 that finished the course, and only one stayed in the industry because the whole course had changed.
But that's what happens with a lot of degrees, doesn't it? You do a degree, and then no one actually ever goes and does what they've actually
but construction management is pretty kind of.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's not like coming out with a history degree or something like that. It's like, who was Maddie? What's Maddie doing? So the girl we just went on holiday with, she's doing Spanish and
history.
But she's thinking about going to finance. And apparently the biggest in the finance industry, the biggest degree that they have, geography. It's nothing to do with business or...
Exactly, that's what I mean. So you don't have to necessarily do a degree. They just want to know, tick box, got a degree. I think that's the world is changing from that anyway. But
yeah, I agree. I agree, Suzie. I really do.
Big Brother, it's happening. Celebrity Big Brother.
I think I would last a day before saying something wrong.
A day? I don't think you'd last 5 minutes, actually.
Imagine so apparently, who was talking about it?
So we've got Angelica Bell,
Yes.
our buddy, is in, who we've been training. Well, you've been training me and her, basically.
I think she was excited. She was nervous.
We knew about it, obviously, because
It's a very different venture than anything else that she's done. I don't think she's she's never done reality before.
She has. She's done, well, not reality TV. But she's obviously done. I mean, this girl's done bloody everything. She's done MasterChef, won that. She did a thing in the Arctic. I can't remember what it was about, where she went under ice and had to swim and survive and all these sorts of things. So she's done sort of not reality because it was a long time ago.
Where you can't hide.
It's different. You can't hide, but I think because it's such a, I think like all these reality TV shows, the first one you go in, like the very first normal Big Brother, which is nothing normal about Big Brother, but the first show they ever did was amazing because it was so different to anything ever seen on TV, and also people didn't know how to behave because they didn't know how they were going to be perceived, so they were just completely themselves.
What was his name? Naughty Nick? No,
Nasty Nick. And then since then, you've had people know, so they play the game. Like with any of these sort of shows, people sort of know how to try and get votes or how to get more camera time, or because obviously it's all edited, so it's not like the whole thing is 24 hours. You can just sit and watch everything that happens. But yeah, I think she's quite nervous. But and this is the other thing, Celebrity Big Brother, like all these celebrity programs, and I know it's generational, and I think Angelica's quite a good one because she covers a lot of generations. So people in their sort of 30s will know her from CBBC because that was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Our age group probably maybe know her more from, an older age groups know her from doing, like, say, MasterChef or The One Show, or she does Chelsea Flower Show or Hampton Court Flower Show, one of those. She does a flower show, yeah. She presents on that as well.
Oh, she likes her gardening, doesn't she?
Yeah, so I think she sort of covers a lot of generations. Whereas, there's the only people I know on it going in are Patsy Palmer, who was Gang R in EastEnders.
Who's the one that's got no septum anymore?
No, that's not her. I can't remember her name. I do know her, but I can't remember her name right.
Not her, so she has septum. Good news.
Bianca, she's ginger. Come on.
Oh, Jean-Cher.
She's Jean-Cher. You
have to have one ginger.
So, yeah, one ginger. Patsy Palmer. Chesney Hawkes, the one and only.
Met him.
He's in.
I've danced with Chesney.
Okay. Do we need to know this?
Yeah.
Was it in a heterosexual nightclub?
Yeah, because he helped me pull. Because I was dancing. No, obviously it was just a peck on the cheek, no more. But we were dancing because he was famous.
How old were you?
Oh, I don't know. Before I met you, we weren't
just testing.
It was at that bar that Steph's now got involved with on New Kings Road.
All right. Oh, I was so posh. I was such a posh man. I lived in South West London.
Would you dance with Chesney?
SW19 was everything called like Farquhar and Charles.
So this girl came up. She goes, "Oh, you're a friend of Chesney's." I didn't know who he was at the time. I was just dancing with him. He was quite a laugh. He didn't take himself too seriously. I knew he was some sort of celebrity, but I didn't know what.
Okay.
And then this girl said, "Oh, do you a friend of Chesney's?" Yeah, of course. And I got a snog. Anyway, Chesney's in. How many times is he going to have to sing that song?
Chesney Hawkes in. Your hero, Daley Thompson.
Yeah.
Is in. And interesting. So I watched the little clips of them all coming in to the...
Oh, have you watched it?
Well, only on the gram. Because we were watching Hairspray last night.
Were you watching it then? Was that when they all
No,
went
they
in
were
last
at
night?
9 o'clock last night, live show. But
very late.
Very late
in bed.
So Dave Thompson, we were like making bets of... Because we had a rumour, we heard a rumour that he might be in, of whether he'd be wearing Adidas.
And was he?
No, not as far as I could see, unless Adidas have gone like really nice clothes without any brand. I couldn't see any branding. Ooh. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
So Daley Thompson, he was saying he's quite grumpy. I mean, he actually admitted he's quite a grumpy dad, and he's trying not to embarrass his kids. And because they do the whole thing where they run in and they edit to a little clip of them sitting on a sofa talking about how they're feeling, what they're thinking about it, and then Trisha is the only other person I know who was a TV bit like our UK Oprah type of.
Oh yes, I remember her.
Yeah, so she's in. So
no, you said someone else as well.
Mickey Rourke. People.
I mean,
they always have an American nutter of some kind going in.
He's had a lot of surgery. Do you remember he was in that boxing film?
The Wrestler.
That was it, wrestling film. And there's a scene in it where they put tax on the floor. Not like income tax. No. Nice, Suzie, good one.
Yeah, nails.
Bants, as Flynn would say. Little, what they call drawing pins.
Right.
And to make it authentic, he did that. He fell onto drawing pins.
I think he's just a complete nutter. So I was listening to his little chat on the sofa thing, and he says, so go on the Celebrity Big Brother Instagram if you want to listen to this. It's quite funny. I mean, obviously, just that sort of self-deprecating American going, oh, I really love, I love the UK, I love English people. And he said, I'm some sort of actor. Depends who you talk to.
So he didn't take himself too seriously.
Well, yeah, and then he said, "Oh, yeah, I know nothing about Big Brother." He said, "I thought it was like the government." It's like it sort of is. He said, "I was talking to my friend Ray Winston." He called him Ray Winston.
Nice.
I'm like, it's not a
double barrel.
Winston. It's a stone. Anyway, who said, "Oh, just go and be yourself." He said, it'll be fine. He said, I have a very short fuse, so we'll see how long. He says, if everybody's nice and respectful, then we'll have a really good time. But if not, he's going
to lose his shit at some point.
Brilliant. So I'll be waiting for that one. So yeah.
Will you actually watch it?
I will watch it. I think to see what Angelica's.
You know Angelica.
Yeah. I don't know whether I'll watch it. I'll watch clips.
Is it on every night? How do they do it still?
I don't know. Because you remember used to. So Big Brother, when it first came out, when we had Amber,
when
I was breastfeeding, I could never remember which side I'd fed her.
I did
what
a
time.
very good Big Brother
the
voice.
Voiceover. The Geordie guy does the voiceover of what time it is. Go on.
So it would be 3 a.m. Susie's left breast.
Left boob. You had boob.
Left boob.
Left boob, 2:30 a.m.
And I had to write it down.
And you had to write it down. I mean, this was obviously first child. By the time the second child came along, like, whatever. The feed, whatever. But we're very, very, meticulous. Yes. So, yes, Big Brother had an influence on that. It must have been going on
for 19 years.
Yeah, easily, I reckon.
I couldn't think of anything worse. I'd never do that.
Do you know what I'd be worried about? Or not worried about, but like sitting in or being in a room. I don't like sharing rooms when I go away with people.
Do they all sleep in a dorm thing, don't they?
I think so, yeah. I would hate that. Because I don't really sleep that brilliantly, and I probably snore, and snore, and I fidget, and I don't want to hear other people farting, and all that.
Well, women don't fart.
I don't want to be involved in that. That's what I would be. I would hate that. During the day, I'd probably be alright. I'd probably be a bit bored, but. And a bit cooped up. It's been cooped up. I saw they build the whole set. It's literally a whole set, and then they have the outside bit, which they have that you see the studio bit when people are outside and they get evicted, and obviously a bit of garden thing for.
What do they have? Do they have a pool? No.
No, I don't think so. Haven't seen the full set. Well, obviously they haven't shown it yet, but they just sort of showed a sped up version, time lapse of the whole thing being built.
That's a long time, isn't it? I'd be bored.
You would be so bored. You'd be climbing over the wall to get out, like you did when you were at boarding school.
Yeah. 9 o'clock, I'll be in bed. Night. I'd be the most boring person in there.
You'd be waking everybody up at 6:30.
Yeah, come on.
No, if you were in with Daly, you'd be right. We just talk decathlon and pole vault techniques and training. And
he gave me an award when I was 12.
You could tell him that.
Yeah,
that would really please him.
He just broken his arm.
He's 67, 16.
He's still got his gym, hasn't he, in Putney, Daily Fitness.
68. He said, "Oh, I'm 67, 68." He said, "So just he said I could probably walk 100 meters quite quickly now." He said, "But I'm not sure I could run it as fast."
Yeah.
So there, Celebrity Big Brother. Get watching. Get voting for Angelica anyway.
When's the first eviction?
I don't know these things.
Susie, you should know all this.
I'm not a Celebrity Big Brother expert.
Yeah, but you've got a headband on.
I know. Do you like my bow?
You've got lots of those. How many did you get?
My lovely friend Rachel made these.
Did you count how many you got?
5.
I thought it was more than that.
No, I got 5 headbands. Okay. And then she made me like my little glittery kimono top thing.
Nice.
I think I was wearing it last week, actually, the week before. Can't remember.
Nice.
Yes, my lovely friend Rachel. So yeah, Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, just mental, all of them. So we've been away.
Yeah.
So we did a little.
We got very lucky. We went away skiing.
We've been away skiing.
French Alps.
And it was sunny. And I mean, it's been brilliant weather here, but obviously we had lovely weather.
Same there, yeah.
Same there, which was very nice. It's such. I think I am. I heard this. Someone said something about being a lot of women, especially middle-aged women. I think everybody is really solar powered.
Yeah.
Makes such a difference.
Yeah, when you get the sun on your face.
Just being out in the sun. You talked about this before, obviously getting daylight and things like that, but it just doesn't feel quite the same.
As a strong sun, yeah.
But I love that crisp cold with bright blue sky with the sun.
I'm with you. So you need to live in Iceland.
No, because it's dark for like
half but just in summer, and then move to the South Arctic.
Well, you need to live in Australia, I suppose, don't you, for half, and then
there we are.
Somewhere else
Easy.
for the other half. Somewhere else warm for the other half.
Yeah, we were very lucky. Amber took a friend, Flynn took a friend, and everyone got on.
I think going on holiday with our kids now is almost like going away with a group of mates. And occasionally we have to remember that we're the parents.
We did go to the après ski, and by the end of it, as you said, we did feel a bit old.
Well, no, it's not so much old. It was just really boring.
Actually, the music was shit.
The music was shit. So if the music was good, like at the other one we went to.
And I didn't realise that as a DJ, you legally have to smoke.
Oh.
All of them. As soon as they started mixing, fag in the mouth, trying to look cool.
At the top as well. I don't remember him smoking.
All of them. There was a rotation of 3 of them.
No.
No.
Yeah.
But he was playing much more funky.
He was playing to the audience. The audience were families, people our age, every either like kids or teenagers.
And you got no, it's not an unidentified drinking injury. It's not a UDI. It's an identified drinking injury. You got an IDI.
It sounds like a STI.
You know, you've had those. This was an
I have not.
IDI.
You may have.
So you've been skiing.
Nights out.
You've been skiing brilliantly all week, smashing it.
I know.
Having a lovely time. Comfy boots.
Yes.
Slippers.
Primarily, so my arse then, I rented some boots, didn't we? So, I mean, I did rent boots this time last year with Ali, Siren, and Elise, but we did maybe like 2 blue runs the whole time I was there. Yeah. It was like, we had a lot of fun, but we didn't do much skiing.
Do you think the combination of too much rosé and the dancing caused you to pull your calf muscle?
I could have been completely dehydrated.
Yes, just in the calves.
Well, 2 reasons for that. I hadn't slept.
No.
The night before. I had about 3 hours sleep, not because I was going out.
Because you're excited lying next to me?
No, because I'd slept perfectly well about 4 nights before.
I've had a good night.
And so I was sleeping. Or not sleeping, and so I think that was a combination. My body was just wrecked, and then I added a few bottles of rosé into a mix and really good tunes, and also wearing my big moon boots. They're very flat. I'm not very good in very flat. Okay, I need a little bit of a.
Do you remember when they filmed David Beckham sleeping and they put it up on a gallery? You could do that with me if you wanted to.
What, right now?
Yeah, I feel a bit sleepy.
Well, you took over, relayed, so I haven't slept for like 4 nights in a row. Annoyingly, I can go to sleep just about. I get to sleep eventually, and then I wake up at like 3, 4.
But you slept better last night.
I did.
We're doing a new experiment.
Well, I think 4 nights in a row, I was bloody wrecked. So
True.
I think it was a combination
of everything.
But I think actually I had a bath with like tons of lavender in just to knock me out.
Did you?
So, but then you woke up at silly o'clock.
Only just because my to-do list. Amazing. You go away for a week and you come back and you're like, oh my God. I've worked, I think there's like 38 ticks I've got to do.
It is that thing. I think when we drive, because it's a long drive, we drive to France and it's a long drive there. But on the way there, it's exciting and you just want to get there. And then on the way back, it seems to go forever.
Well, it's only because you end up in the UK and the UK roads are shit.
Well, there's two things wrong with the UK. So when
too many people.
No, when you get but when we were coming back, meaning the journey back, so we come through the tunnel.
Yes.
I'll keep calling it the channel, channel tunnel.
Well done.
And you go through, if anybody's ever done this, which I'm sure lots of people listening have, possibly, that you go through and you do the passport control over the French side. And then,
when you're in Calais, yeah.
So we're coming up from Calais. We drive all the way to Calais. It's about an 8-hour drive, long drive. And you get to Calais and you go, boom. French go, yeah, bonjour. Piss off, back to England. Thanks very much. And then you drive about 100 metres and you sit in a massive long queue for the dickheads in the UK passport control who just seem to take flipping forever. I'm like, how do they take so long? Yeah, and also, it's a silly thing. You've literally just shown someone your passport, and then you go 100 meters, show someone else your passport again. I suppose the difference is if you're on a plane or anything else, you do it when you get to the other end. Yes. So at least when you come off the train, you don't have to queue.
True.
And do it then.
True.
You can just zoom off and go home. However,
it's frustrating after an 8
so long.
I don't know, Susie. I don't know.
And Amber had enough as well. Yes. Amber Roberts went, yeah.
That was like great.
Oh God, we're gonna get arrested. I was like, just pretend to be nice, and then boom. So, but it was a good trip. It was a good trip.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, the sun was out, skiing in the morning. It was proper spring
so
skiing.
it was morning ski and then lunch.
Good,
and then
so we got good
chill.
après and lots of lovely food. It was Tres Bon. Every time I go there, I just think, I'd love to spend so much time.
I think there was a really lucky week because we had enough snow that it was still pretty good skiing.
Yeah.
We've been before in January and not had anywhere near that good snow.
True.
It's freezing and it's bloody miserable because
we got lucky.
We were lucky.
Yeah, stay
lucky.
Stay lucky.
Stay lucky.
Not get lucky. Stay lucky.
Who's that from? Please explain.
Stay lucky. No idea.
Was that not like Mad John?
Be lucky.
Be lucky.
Mad John. I've got my eye on you.
Got my eye on you.
This was when we lived in Southfields.
Mass and Gramble.
Mass and Gramble. No, that was.
I know
that was.
He used to say Mass and Grumble, and we had a friend over from Chicago.
And he came up to him.
And he thought he was saying Mass and Gramble.
Yeah, so he used that. We still use that now.
Mass and Gramble. Super. And then what else has been happening with your world? Oh, you're talking about coming back. Sorry, it's relevant.
Oh.
We took your new car this time on the trip.
I'm not too sure.
Fucking all right, Miriam Margolyes.
I'm not too sure about it. I'm trying to like it, but
it's beautiful for short journeys, driving around because you can use the electric bike. And
because it's hybrid. It's obviously got big batteries in it, smaller tank. So before, exactly. Before we had the van, you could fill it up when you first went to France, and it would go all the way to the mountains, 8 hours non-stop diesel. Now 3 times we had to fill up.
Yes.
And it also constantly telling you off for not looking or whatever.
Stopping,
picking
going out
your
nose. It seems that people can't drive. They have to be told how to drive.
Like when we drove back from Flynn's Rugby yesterday, put it on that auto cruise, so because I'm now up to 9 points on my fucking licence for going 24, 25.
It's 20 miles an hour.
I cannot believe it's 3 points for that. There's people driving around with not licence.
Yeah, untaxed.
That's my biggest bug at the moment. It just drives me mad. You're going 4 miles an hour in 20. You're not exactly going bonkers. And you're like, fucking 3 points as well as how many pounds. I just looked them up when they run out. December 26th, the first one runs out. So I can't get another 3 points. More than a year.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I fucking hate the government.
So back to your car.
Yeah, just bollocks.
It's very comfortable.
You can see why, I think I've said this before, why Jeremy Clarkson and that lot stopped Top Gear or whatever it was called, the Grand Drive, what was it called? Anyway, because electric cars, there's no character to them. It's just like driving a robot. And then I put it on auto cruise when we drove back for rugby to make sure I didn't go over the speed limit. And as soon as you're going down a residential street and there's a car and you've got to swerve out, it suddenly slams the brakes on because it thinks you're going to drive into it.
It's so dangerous.
I do drive like a lunatic.
No,
Maybe I should revise.
meaning that's more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it's like involuntary
So I'm
braking.
trying to like the car, but the problem is as soon as you drive it off the forecourt, you lose loads of money. So I'm like, well, I can't sell it now.
It's just a long drive, isn't it?
Oh, I don't mind that. And actually on the auto route, it's got that auto
but the fuel thing I meant on a long drive. It's very comfortable. But then obviously we were able, because it's got more seats, we were able to get 6 people in for the short journeys to the lifts and back.
But I wonder how many, like our kids now, like Flynn's trying to get his driving license, 17, and we will buy a 1 litre whatever, if we can, car, which will still be a normal car. I wonder in how many years, when their first cars will all be electric. Everything will be electric. And it's just so boring.
Yeah, but you
can't do wheel spins,
expecting that
handbrake turns.
I think people are expecting
donuts.
That to happen sooner, because a lot of Amber's mates' parents were buying a automatic or electric. But electric cars were super expensive, so only the super rich people were buying teenagers' cars like that.
What was your first car? Nova, wasn't it?
Vauxhall
Nova. Do you ever do that Starsky and Hutch trick? You know, where you reverse as fast as you can, then flip it into full lock and spin and then go.
I'm not an idiot like you were.
No, I did it in a car park. I wasn't on a main road. Oh, it's brilliant. Honda Civic.
I don't think girls did that so much as boys. Boys thought they were little like Formula 1 drivers or like Starsky and Hutch driving.
I used to slide across the bonnet.
Did you do Dukes of Hazzard? Did you jump through the windows?
We made a rule.
Obviously.
We made a rule that you couldn't open the doors. So you had to go in through the window.
If they were open.
Always leave them open. No one worried about that shit. You don't worry.
I've got a Suzie shout out relevant to cars.
Oh, I've got a big shout out as well.
Oh, you can't put a Mark shout out. You do Mark's bits.
I think mine might trump you.
Susie's shout out is to a guy called Scott, who is a fan of our lovely podcast. His first car, he sent me a little message to say his first car he bought, because he's been listening to our podcast, we were talking about cars a couple of weeks ago, was, I can't remember, I think it was like a little Ford Fiesta, what you normally get, little back in the day. And he bought it from this older lady, one owner type of thing, but on the back was like a sticker that said "The bitch is Ford." The bitch is Ford. And so for the whole time, he said it did give him quite a bit of street cred when I was driving around thinking like the bitch is Ford. He said, but someone's actually just had his 40th birthday and someone sent him a card with that on. Just
nice.
So what's your shout out, please?
Well, it's Ben, who's having quite a big op this week.
Oh, Ben.
So it's a big shout out to him and wishing him speedy recovery. Ben. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's going out to him. So there we are.
Okay.
There we are.
What do we have a Mark's Bits this week? Or we just
Mark's
Bits a rant about the UK government, basically.
And 3 points for going 4 miles over and 20. I'm sorry. I think it should be related to your speed of reactions. So if you're fit and healthy, have a
physical test like the army.
And healthy, when you see, I'm going now.
Here he goes.
I'm going now.
That's
but
fine.
You see some of these drivers who look like they're about to fucking die. They're overweight. They're smoking. Their skin looks like they're just ashen.
Breathe. Breathe.
And you think, well, yes, their reaction speed at 20 miles an hour will be so much slower than mine. So much slower. And so anyway, let's leave that because negative.
But it could be that maybe that should be part of it. You have to have a health screening.
Reaction. Get them on the blaze pods. If they can't get over 30, they can't drive.
Because mine was 41 or something.
Yeah, they can't. They can't drive, and they should just.
Also, mobility in your neck to be able to look.
Yes.
And turn. You see, people who've got older people generally, or people who can't move, literally have to move their whole body. It's like, how is that safe? How is that safe to drive?
Susie, I know you're talking to the converted.
You can't drive. I know, but we're talking generally to our massive, huge audience who listen to our podcast. But I think, just having the ability to be able to look and see and move. React. Well, we were listening to it on the way back on our very long journey. We were listening to
that was my Mark's
Peter Tia podcast.
Yeah, so I always get you to listen to one of those, which just keeps me going.
10 hours in the car.
Yeah, so it was about sleep again, and everyone's, I think, at the moment looking for supplementation to improve their sleep. Not everyone, but a lot of people are kind of at our age and so on.
Well, it's become a very commercial product, hasn't it? Sleep.
Yeah, and people talk, obviously we can't get melatonin here, but a lot of people bring melatonin back. So melatonin is a great way of stimulating you to get to sleep, but it doesn't keep you asleep.
No, I don't need that. So
it's a sleep hygiene. I really don't like that word. It's like you got dirty and you need to clean. But getting the things right beforehand, like a cold room, makes a big difference. Blue light and all that, not looking at phones and stuff while you're in bed. Baths help, getting that, it changes that core body temperature and so on. But I think everyone's just trying to, I'll take whatever, I'll take mag, or I'll take, melatonin or ashwagandha.
We want a quick fix, like with everything. We all want a quick instant. Everything's got to be instant and done. So they can pop a pill that helps them.
Better.
Very dry hands.
Definitely.
Poor Blair.
Yeah.
But having, like you say, everyone, quick fix. They want a quick fix. They want to inject themselves to lose weight. They want to take a pill to help them sleep. They don't want to have to do anything to make it happen.
And the other one as well is not eating too close to dinner.
Yeah.
To bed. That's a big one. So that your digestive system is recovering and relaxing while you're sleeping. It's not digesting food still, which is really tough in the modern world, because a lot of people come back from work really late. I might eat at 8 or whatever, 9, and then going to bed at whatever.
Midnight.
Yeah. Which isn't bad. They've still got that, but then everything's being delayed.
Midnight, isn't it?
So there. That's it, really.
Okay.
I'd just like to
thank my wife.
Write everyone a petition to the government that you shouldn't be getting 3 points for going 4 miles an hour on a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yeah, let's start a petition.
You can't. 3 points if you're going 10 miles an hour over. Or 20, or whatever it is. But not...
It's like when I came back, when I brought Amber back from Boardmasters that time.
Yeah.
And I went and picked them up. We were driving. It was 2:03 a.m. on a dual carriageway somewhere down between Cornwall and here. Can't remember where. And it was a 40 mile an hour. I got the thing and it said, it was really wet and dark. And so I wasn't driving fast anyway, because it was quite dangerous driving. And I had Amber's little car. Yeah. So it wasn't very fast. And 2 sleeping, hungover teenagers in the car with me. And so I was driving back thinking I was under 40 miles an hour. I was probably driving about 35 or something. And I got a handgun recording. So it wasn't even a camera. So some annoying person was out at 2 o'clock in the morning, probably knowing they can catch all these like teenagers driving back, probably drunk and hungover from Boardmasters. Yeah. And it was something like £100 fine and points on my licence for doing. It was a temporary 30. It's a dual carriageway. You don't have 30 miles an hour on a dual carriageway.
And whatever they talk about health and safety, and they talk about numbers being reduced with fatalities, which is obviously very important. But it's not. It's just another government scheme to make more fucking money.
Yeah, and I heard a friend of ours used to be a policewoman, and she used to say that it's almost like they had their sort of quota. They have like end of the month or end of the quarter, but they have to tick the boxes and they get more commissions if they've got all these points in. I remember being stopped years ago by a policeman for speeding on a tiny little road in St Albans somewhere. Again, doing like 32 and a 30 or something. Yeah. And he pulled me over, got out of the car, chatting, and then he tried to ask me for an autograph. I was like, "You can do one, mate. Yeah. You can do one." Back in the day, because this is where I used to live. So it's like everybody knew who was pretty much around there. And I was
people driving around with untaxed, whatever, MOT, whatever. We're law-abiding. We pay all the bloody taxes.
We get our MOTs, we get our services on our cars, work properly.
We're respectful of other people, and there's people out there just doing shit. It just does my head in. I'm gonna cull. I'm going on a culling spree now. Okay, it's like, what was that Michael Douglas film? Not Trading Places.
What, Bunny Boiler?
No, not Basic Instinct. He did one where he just loses it in a car park. Do you remember he's stuck in traffic, gets out, and ends up getting a gun?
That's me quite a lot internally in traffic. Or
what was it called? It was a very good film. Whoever knows, please let me know, because I've forgotten the name of it. Okay. There we are. Sorry, I was very negative today.
No, well, you haven't had much sleep, and when you haven't had sleep, you're
I feel fine. I feel fine. I'm more pissed off about just constantly seem to be government asking VAT bills and then not giving money back.
Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is the word of the day.
You can understand why people go, what's it called? Not off-grid.
Either off-grid or just live somewhere else.
I'm going to change my name, Cram Streebor, and people won't even know who I am. I'm going to live on a boat.
What, by yourself?
No, canoe.
By yourself?
Yeah. No, for a little bit. Just
without your family?
Well,
your dogs?
just until December 26, when I've got some more points on my license.
Why don't you just walk? I'll just drive you.
Well, in theory now I'm driving less, but
yeah.
One of them was Park Lane at 6:04 in the morning, and then the other one was dropping Flynn off on the A3. Oh, anyway, happy days.
Happy week, everybody. Sun's shining. Let's take him out in the sun and get some solar panel energy.
Solar, what's it called? Charging.
Solar recharging.
Nice.
Yes. All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Ciao.
See you later.